Hello, Harish. Thank you so much for hopping on today and spending a little bit of your Sunday with me. I greatly appreciate you. Today, I would definitely want to talk about our friendship, how we've gone about, and just your growth overall. Because, dude, since I first met you, you have changed so much in the most positive ways, and it's the coolest thing ever. But if you want to introduce yourself a little bit or dive right on in, let's go ahead and get
Yeah,
started.
sure. Harish, we literally met on, I'll say it was kind of coincidental, but I'm really glad that we kind of met the same way that we did. We joined a program together, thinking of hitting like a few goals, a 10K a month, getting the financial freedom, time location, and all of that. And then yeah, kind of saw that you were looking out for an accountability partner. Reached out to you. I think we were on the same page. Jumped on, and literally after that was just history. Yeah, that was how we met. How I got to meet you, an amazing person, a lifetime best friend, and I'm really glad that we can literally just do a podcast now. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna do multiples and multiples in the future. But yeah, it's one of many, and I'm really looking forward to just have a nice chat with you just about anything.
I think one thing, I mean, like I God definitely put us together for a reason. And it's really cool to see the journey of our friendship. Even though we've never actually, like, let me start off by telling the podcast, like, the people listening in, we have actually never met in person. Like,
Yeah,
he's in London right now, and I'm still in the States. And we've never met in person, but we have this beautiful friendship that all started with just a program that we were both a part of called the Iman Gaji. Some people know him, some people don't, but Iman Gaji, like, his program brought us together. And I think that was a really cool catalyst, like, cool moment because we started off in the same exact spot. We were both struggling, just trying to find our entrepreneurial journeys. Do you want to start back? Let's like even think back to when we first started, but like what was your mindset at that time? I know we've changed a lot since then, so it's like let's
yeah.
go in the past. But what was your mindset around that time? Like what were you trying to accomplish in
To
life?
be honest with you, at that time, I was in my third year of uni,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we were still in COVID. We still were in COVID. I literally just didn't go to uni. All classes, tests, evaluations, all were on online computer. And to be honest with you, I just didn't study a lot. I was just seeing the value that are paid to the uni, and that's literally where a few people, famous people, start popping on my Insta and TikTok. Imagazi, it was like Andrew Tate and all of those people trying to sell courses, trying to help out people, making their first financial deals. And that's literally when I started working in on different things. I started looking, drop shipping for a few months. In fact, I literally did start two companies in a gas single loader for like a few months, like 4 or 5 months. And then when I came across Imagazi, he seemed genuine. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna attend one of his live course and try to see what he does, like what kind of like things he sells, what does he do for like a living and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped on a call and I got sold. I paid for the program, and after that, for like a month, I didn't do nothing just because I was traveling. I went in India, I came back, and that's literally when I locked in. I
Mm-hmm.
followed up all the steps that Iman Gadzi told me to do, to set up my agency, what I had to do to reach out to clients, how to stay accountable, and that's literally when I just shoot a message on Facebook actually to you. Yeah, after that, we really just jump in our call every single Friday, talking about mindset, every single goal that we reached, um, and literally just things that we could improve on during the journey. And at that moment, I was just kind of really into like a 9 to 5. I was going down a normal path where I was just gonna graduate from uni, getting a neuroscience degree, and literally just get a hospital job and literally just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I'm Asian, I'm Indian, I've got Indian parents. 89% of Indian people just go through the same way where they become a doctor, lawyer, engineer. And then I started getting into these kind of online digital products, businesses, and it just kind of like really, really mesmerizing. It kind of was like, it blew my mind, like how people make money online. And I kind of just wanted to learn that. I really locked in. One of the things that I'm really capable of is that once I decide something, I just lock in and don't think about it until it happens. Of course, the up and down during the journey, but again, I love that feeling. After I started getting into the agency bit, the digital marketing, all I wanted to do was literally just wake up in the morning and just reach out to as many people as possible and just try to get the first client. It was a nightmare. To be honest with you, just the 3, 4 months, it was a nightmare. If you weren't there, I would have probably like quit in just like in 2 months in. Just because whenever you try to do something, it's really, really hard to keep going unless you can talk about it to someone that understands what you're going through. Um, I mean, I'm Asian. My parents, my sisters, they literally just do the same thing. They do a 9 to 5. They get that paycheck every single month. They just don't want to do nothing. They just can't think outside of the box. And then when I started to do that, literally everyone was calling me crazy. But again, having like an accountability partner just like you, just so amazing. You can literally just talk out so many things loud. You can say whatever you want, and people are just not gonna judge you from the way you are, like the way you think. And in fact, there was like this quote that I heard from on Instagram where they said, "If the people around you think you crazy, then you're literally doing the right thing." And that's literally what I felt when I started that digital agency. After that, it was up and downs. I signed my first client, got paid, I lost it, signed another one, got paid, lost it again, signed 2 more clients, kept it for like 6, 7 months, again lost it. 1 year in, I just kind of feel like, look, I'm giving my all in my agency, but just not seeing results. So that's literally when I started pivoting into trading. Last year, I started trading. I bought a course, another course from Yarimi, another amazing tutor and teacher. Since then, I've just been trading, learning, managing my mindset psychology, which is was really important. I think trading literally just took my mind from like a limit that I hit or agency level to like another level. It just I just got to learn more about myself. And yeah, after that, last update is when I took over my dad's company, construction company, and now I'm literally just doing like two things. Trading on the side. It's not even on the side. I trade in the morning, and then afternoon time I'm focusing more on the construction company just to scale it up, get more deals, selling more people, do a good job and retain them as long as possible. And yeah, just to finish up your question, what was your mindset? Went from like a 9 to 5 mindset to a mindset where I'm just gonna do what I wanna do,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna keep going until I just hit some of the goals that I set for myself. And I'm just gonna block all my noises. I'm not gonna listen to anyone that haven't done anything similar to what I'm doing. And if they're gonna say something, I'm just gonna ignore them. And I'm gonna say a lot of no. That's literally what happened. The first like 4 or 5 months, I literally said no to a lot of things. And that's literally what got me in the position that I am now. I'm still growing, I'm still learning. But yeah, love the journey. And I'm really grateful for what I've been through. And yeah, that's what we are.
No, yeah. There's a few really big gold nuggets that you have there. And one of the biggest ones that I took is like your mindset and like the things that you've learned along this journey. And like, not even, yes, changing from that 9 to 5, like, I'm just going to get paycheck to paycheck, like live a comfortable life sort of ordeal to like pushing yourself out there and like dealing with the struggles, being okay with the struggles and being able to push through and be very persistent. Like, a big part of your story is like how persistent you are to achieve your goals, and you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And you gave the time that you needed to your marketing agency. And it was really cool. I know that since the people watching, we're not in all of our calls every single Friday for the past 2, 3 years now, but watching you grow and being able to like grow alongside you and see like, all right, so you're learning all this marketing stuff here, and for some reason like it just kept falling through. You then switched over to trading, you gave all of your effort there, and you start to see some results, and then all of a sudden this beautiful miracle of your father having you take over the company full circled it right back to the marketing agency and everything you learned. Like you needed to spend the time there. Like God made you want to spend the time there to learn and be persistent and learn what you needed to learn there. So then now you could step into this role in your father's company and you're crushing it. I want to talk a little bit about that too, is like your like how much you've already scaled up your father's company in just such a short amount of time. It's been like what, 2, 3 months?
Two, three
And
months, yeah, since
you
January. I mean, we were doing. I mean, my dad doesn't know nothing about ads, no word to word, literally nothing. He doesn't know anything about advertisements, online advertisement. Doesn't have any socials. The only way he got his business running for the past 5, 6 years was literally just handing out flowers to each shop, knocking in, "Here's your flower." That's how he did it, and he was doing about 19, 20K in revenue with a kind of like 45 to 50% profit margins. I had a huge meeting and I kind of like argument with my dad where I was like, once I take over, we're gonna change a lot of things. We're gonna start doing more advertisement. We're gonna start making our website. We're gonna start having our Instagram and TikTok and start posting a lot. Kind of didn't want to do that, but to be honest with you, all love to him. I didn't listen to him. But I mean, he's grateful now. He's enjoying it. He loves it. Yeah, he literally just wanted to do that flyer kind of like handing out thing person to person. And look, I literally just told him, look, this is we're still gonna do it because we're still seeing like around 20K, but we're gonna add more advertisements to the agency. I mean, I kind of call it agency. We're literally just like a middleman, and then I've got contractors that install things, just like a shirt, signboards, canopies, and all of that. That's literally what happened in January. We came back from India. We had like 3 weeks off. We came back first month, kind of didn't see nothing because just it was January. Like a lot of people on holiday, there was enough jobs or opportunity going on. Second month, that's literally when I started posting on Instagram, created TikTok, got my website, started getting collecting reviews. One of the main thing was collecting reviews. My dad never did that. I started collecting review, and every single time I go in a meeting with some clients or prospect, I will just show them some of the work that we've done before and some of the reviews from previous clients. And that's literally when our turnover just went up. I think in February we did about 27K in revenue, and from there we had about 11K in profit. So literally we saw a spike from like 19, 20K to 26, 27. And then March we had a huge, even my dad literally never saw that kind of money in a single month. It was literally the best month we ever had in our construction company. From 27K, we went all the way up to 46K in revenue. We profit wise, we done about, I'll say 46, 47. We done about 21K in profit. Dad couldn't believe what I was doing. I literally just told him, look, that's literally what we're gonna do. There was a moment where we argued that I'm gonna scale this company to 100K a month. And he literally just didn't believe me just because of his beliefs, the way he grew up, the way he done his jobs and everything. But I just told him, look, let's just say positive. Let's let's just be like as delusional as possible and just keep doing. And to be honest with you, we're literally just almost halfway through. Like we done 46K, which is almost like a 50% of the goal, the 100K a month. I still don't know how I'm gonna do it. I still don't know how I'm gonna do it. But all I can say to you is we still haven't started our ads. First of all, I just wanted to build up a little bit more about the brand. Just wanted to let people know what we do. That's literally when I created Instagram and TikTok, and I literally just started posting a lot and a lot. The second thing that I done was creating a website and start getting reviews on the website every single day. Literally, whenever I done a job, my contractor done a job, I will literally just send over a link to the client, just asking for a quick review. And even if they did it, if they wouldn't do it, I will just say, look, I'm gonna pay you 20, $30, give me a review, and they will literally just do it straight away, and I will literally just transfer a review. Still to this day, I still haven't run a single ad. So now, the huge spike that we saw in February and March from like 20 to 27 to 46K was literally just on reviews and on socials, just having people know what we do online. This month, I just hate April just because it's like tax month. We paid like a huge chunk on tax, so I don't even know if gonna make any profit this month. But it's fine. April is just like that month. Next month, I'm on a holiday for like a week, and I'm thinking of starting. I still need to speak to some contractors about Instagram ads and Google ads. So we're gonna start running our ads after 15th of May. But as you just said, whatever I've done with my online agency, where I was providing email marketing, the same thing, I just applied it here in my construction company. And to be honest with you, when I was started working with my dad, started learning more about the construction company, my dad just didn't have enough system in place. It was just like all over the places. Another thing that Iman Ghazi course told me was the money is in the follow-ups. So now you show over an email, you meet a person, give them a quotation, an estimation. They're probably just gonna say, look, I still haven't decided it yet. I haven't got money. Give me like a few days, a week, 2 week time, and then I'm gonna let you know a yes or no. My dad will never ever follow up. He will just meet the person once, give them a quotation, and that's it. Just leave it. I still remember the biggest job that we ever picked up. It was from a client that I've met in person in January, end of January. And literally just told him, look, I still haven't got the money. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with the shops and all of that. I need time. Each week, I will just follow up. Any update, yeah, mate. Quick call, like 10 seconds. Hey, mate, I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna follow up to you. Just saying where you are. Have you got any update for me? Just want to make sure that you've got the right thing, the right contractors. And yeah, every single day I would just do that to the point that he literally just ghosted me for like a month, and I was still like calling. Last month in March, that guy got back to us and literally just said, "Look, let's just go on with that. Let's just move forward with it. I really like your persistence. I really like you. I like your guts." And we literally just handed out a 12K job. We literally just completed. Usually, all we do is install shutters and show fronts, which just takes like 1 or 2 day max. So now we got a 12K deal in just like 2 days, 2 day work. I don't know anybody else, but I will take a 6K day every single day, all year round. With like, let's say about 40-50% margins. I take the 3K every single day where I literally don't do nothing. I just close the deal. I've got people in place, I've got employees, I've got my team that does the work, that does the finishing. I'm all good. The same client now got 2 more shares, another 3.3K deals this month. The same guy is referring to another person. We gave him a quotation of 4.7 this month, just like 2-3 days back. I still followed up. I've done my like sales thing. I've done the sales kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I just need to wait. I just need to wait what he's gonna say. And one more thing that I learned in the agency bit is just sales.
Yeah.
I love dealing with people. I love sales. I love negotiations. I love deals. Love. I don't know if I should say this, but I love playing with people's psychology. It just like you just kind of have to word your kind of pitch in a way that makes people comfortable.
Mhm.
And I just love to do that. I literally just love to do that. Another thing that we picked up, another thing that Imanikasi told me was if the person doesn't have enough money to literally get the deal at the same time, literally. I'm doing a sale pitch. Usually you want to close the person at the end of the sale pitch. If they don't have the money, just try to do some kind of like installments or something like that. My dad never done it. He's the type of guy, you're gonna pay me 50% at the start. Once we done the job, I'm gonna receive the 50%. End of it. If you can't provide me the money, we're not gonna do your job. And I literally was with the client. I think it was like a month back, and I think I spoke to Felicity about that. It was a metal gate. She wanted to install it. Usually with the construction company, I just don't have any Zoom call. I have people ringing me up. We set up a date, a time. I go there to meet the guy in person. So I went there. The lady, she wanted a metal gate. I think it was about, what was it? It was, I think, 2.32K. Done the sale pitch, everything, and I literally just told her, like, okay, so would you want to go forward with it? And she straightforward told me, look, I don't have the funds right now. Huge thanks to Mount Gazi and his sales team. They had like amazing people when they thought of sales. I literally just used this strategy. I just went forward with it. So now I'm just gonna say word for word what I said to her. When she said to me that she didn't have enough funds, I literally just told her straightforwardly. So you saying to me that if you had enough funds, you will literally start working today. You will literally just move forward with us today. She literally just said yes. And then I was like, you know what? We usually don't do this. But just for you this time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a 50% deposit, and then the other 50% we're just gonna do the installments. And I think I gave her about 3 months installments, took the 50% deposit. She was happy. I literally gave her a contract, she signed it, we installed her metal gate. And yeah, I think her last installment is next month, start of next month. I think on the 4th, on the 5th. But she's been paying the other times too. So I literally just don't worry about that. It's like a huge other like things or tips that I picked up from like the marketing agency. And secondly, the most important thing was just follow up with the clients. And the another third thing that I would like to add is whenever I give the price to a person or a prospect, I just shut up.
Money.
I see my dad. I used to see my dad going to a prospect, give a quotation, and if the prospect didn't give an answer in the next 5-10 seconds, he will automatically lower the price. And I'm literally just told my dad, Dad, you need to shut up once you gave your price. Let the prospect think. Let's just come up with like, I don't know, some excuses. And then once they come up with the excuses, we got our own things that we need to do just to deal with that kind of like response. Any kind of like objections, we've got something to deal with it. If they don't have enough funds or anything, there were some kinds of like people that literally told the money they didn't have funds, and they literally just show me the bank account that they didn't have funds. So I was like, mate, I just can't do anything at this point unless you want to do installments. But yeah, three things that I picked up. Most important, shut up when giving a quotation,
Hmm.
saying no to a lot of noise, just wait, follow up, and just keep doing whatever you do. Get more reviews, start posting it on socials, and of course, you want to deliver a really good service so you can literally just get more clients afterward. Yeah, that's what I picked up from my agency. Like a whole year of back and forth, just trying to get clients. Now it's just so easier, just because I know the concept behind. But yeah, that's that's it for now.
No, for sure. It's so cool too, because like you've gone, you're now essentially in like high ticket sales. And that's what you're doing for your father's business.
Mm,
And with that, you're also able to utilize your marketing like knowledge and help market the business on top of doing the sales. So you're feeding more people to you while you're doing the sales.
mm,
Like that's a huge jump. You doubled the business in a matter of 2-3 months. And it just shows like your knowledge and the things that you were willing to learn and going out of the box, even though everyone was calling you crazy and was like, Harish, like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving like this really good job for essentially nothing in their minds. And you're like, just wait, it's going to happen. And now here you are, you're not only changing your own life, but you're changing your family's life, which is so beautiful and so huge. And I know we talk about it all the time, but it's definitely something to simmer in a little bit, because you're like, oh, you're a big family man, and being
Mm.
able to talk about your family too is just, it's a win-win-win for absolutely everyone.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. As usual, I really appreciate you, Felicity.
I would never say something like that if it wasn't the truth. I
Yeah.
promise. But no, it's really cool. Once again, so you've learned so much between marketing and sales. You're now able to take all of this knowledge and feed it into your father's business. In turn, there's no doubt in my mind. Next time you're on the podcast, you're going to be hitting those 100K months, like without a doubt in my mind. It's going to happen, and you're halfway there already, which is beautiful.
It's crazy just to think about it. I mean, the goal, to be honest with you, it was just the 10K a month. That's how we started, how we met.
Yeah.
You and me, the goal was 10K a month. I did not make a single penny for like a whole year. I think the first 2 or 3 clients that closed, I barely made like 500, 600 pounds from it. That's it. That's literally what I made.
Mm-hmm.
I started in trading, passed like a few challenges. Trading is like another big part of me.
Yeah.
I passed a few challenges, and I think I've hit like a wall now, and I'm working on it. But other than that, just like the construction company, my dad used to see about 6, 7K a month max. That's what you used to make before. The first month I take over in January, after 2 years of literally just going back and forth with like trading, the agency, the dropshipping bit, we hit 10K in profit. So I literally just went from like a zero all the way up to 10K. So
Mm-hmm.
now, I don't know about other people, but for me, wherever my dad makes 10K a month, me, my sister, my mom, we like a huge unit. We like a company, like a unit. We work together. My money is my dad's money. My dad's money is my money. My money is my mom's money. Like we don't have like any differentiation or anything. We are like a unit. We literally just don't look at like money kind of thing or anything. We had that 10K. Believe me, I felt it that 10K belonged to me, even though I had my dad working alongside me.
Mm-hmm.
But just because we've got like a unit kind of like mindset where we work as a unit. And after I hit that 10K a month, it was just kind of like a realization that okay, so it's possible. 5 minutes after that, I didn't even remember it. I was literally just going on the path. I was already thinking of like doing 15K a month.
Yeah.
Next month, what happens? I hit the 10K a month. So it's like you start at the bottom. You start building up the bricks, a brick, like another brick. And then all of a sudden, it's literally like a curve. Like you see that like 0 to 10K a month, like really, really fast. And then from like 10 to 20, I can't even describe you. Even like after I hit the 20K a month, I know I should be more grateful. I always thank God every single day. I pray, I go to church. But I'm already thinking about the 50K a month in profit.
Yeah.
And I know that I should take some time out and really, really appreciate what I'm doing. But at the same time, I just don't want to lose the momentum that I have right now. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And you know what happened? 2 weeks after that burnout, I was literally feeling so low. We spoke about it before. I kind of lost the purpose, like of what I was doing. Money wasn't even like an issue. Whoever says the money makes you happy is a cool thing when 99% of the issues that you have, problems, is solved. But that 1% where you literally just kind of find your purpose and just be grateful and be happy for what you've got, that's you need to work on that. Money can't do nothing on that. And I think I was at that point. Like money wasn't the issue, it was just like an internal issue. That's literally what I started working on. At the same time, I got sick. I had fever. It was just like a low point for me. I literally spent like a week in bed, didn't do nothing. Scrolling phone, didn't go to church, didn't go to gym, literally nothing at all. But again, spoke to you. We had a really, really nice conversation, and I'm really grateful to you every single time. I just needed that conversation with you. I had that, and literally just after that, I was back on the track, back on working on the goal stuff set for this year. Yeah, I mean, I don't have nothing else to say. I just want to say that you want to make sure that you work every single day. You want to make sure that you discipline enough to stay consistent to build that momentum. Because once your momentum hits that wall, it just kind of hits it so hard that you literally just go boom. Like it's just like a curve where you hit, you go really, really fast, and you just don't realize it. And you're already working on another goal. And that's literally when you're gonna start slowing down a little bit just because your mind is not ready yet. That's what I think. I mean, to be honest with you, mentally we there, but at the same time we are not there. And what I mean by that is, I already knew when I started this agency bit that I was gonna make 10K a month. But once I hit that 10K a month, I just didn't think about it for a long time. I just didn't rationalize what I was doing. And I was already working on the next thing. I didn't take like some time back or like a step back just to think, okay, this is what I worked on. This is where I'm at. What are the things that I need to improve on for me to hit that 15, 20K a month? I think my mindset was already at the point where the 15, 20K a month wasn't a problem. And that's literally why I'm here with the company. And now that I'm thinking about the 30, 40, 50 profit, not revenue, just profit, it just kind of like scares me like what am I supposed to do, what I need to do, and all of that. But taking like a step back, I know the steps that I need to follow, like getting more ads in Google ads, Instagram ads, which I haven't even started. So I know the step. It's just that sometimes people overthink about it, and they literally just instead of going like upward, they literally just start going down. And for me, that going down is still good, just because we're trying to get on the same level, and it's like on a hop, it's like a high low, just like in trading, where you literally just go up, but then you kind of need to balance it. Then once you get your mindset and your body and it's whatever, like the psychology, you literally just hit like a new high, and then you hit like a new low. That's literally where I was like a 2 weeks back. Now I'm starting to get like to a new high, and we will definitely see it in the next month or two.
100%. There's three different things I want to point out there. So, first and foremost, you brought up that money never buys happiness. And I think people get mixed up with this a lot because, like, you've never seen a not happy person on a jet ski, but that's a feeling of joy. That's like joy in the moment. That is not truly being happy with you, where you're at, how much you're making, whatever that is for you. Like, you're not truly reminiscing in that, like, wow, I just did that. And I feel like that's kind of that moment for you where you were like, money doesn't buy happiness. It'll fix 99% of your problems, but that 1% is internal. And that if you're not happy inside, that's when that's the like the burnout and those walls start to hit. And I remember during that conversation we brought up our why, and I was like, you need to find your why again, Harish, because you hit that goal and it's like you have to take that one step back, which is like my second point is like you have to take that one step back to get 10 more steps forward. And that one step back isn't necessarily like I have to lose money. It's like I have to just sit here for a second. Like just how you said like that ramp up, like it's never linear. It's always going to be like this, and then it's all of a sudden up. For your next goal, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to be stuck around that 10K or that 20K, and then all of a sudden you're going to hit that 30, 40. And then like you just have to remember that feeling over and over again because like you said in trading, it's like you hit these. This is my third thing is like you learned a lot from trading in the psychology sense because you hit a certain thing and then your psychology comes into play and then you have to take that step back. And then you go back up again and then you take another step back. And as long as you don't let those step backs make you take 10 more steps back and you only allow it to make you take that one step back, you're going to keep progressing. You're going to keep moving forward. What things, I want to ask you, what things have you learned from trading that you see that changed your psychology or even the way that you react inside of the business for your dad?
That's a good question. One of the things that I want to point out is when we trade, the start, I will let my emotion just go wild every single time. It was a wild feeling. Whenever I would put a trade on, I would just keep looking at it until it turned green. And then after 2 seconds, I would look at it again. One of the things that Jeremy told me was whenever you put on like a trade, just close it and just do whatever you want to do afterward. And then just don't look at it for like 1 hour, 2 hours. That's literally one of the things that I literally just implemented in the business. When I started following up with the clients, I would just like go on like emails, business WhatsApp, and literally just send a message. 2 minutes after that, I'll be like, okay, I still haven't got back from that client. I still haven't got back from that client. I will literally just send like a lot of follow ups. I don't do that now. It was a stupid mistake because just like a client pointed it out to me. He was like, don't do this. You just like you're gonna make your prospect feel so uncomfortable by doing that. He literally just said to me, "You are begging for the money." That's literally how I see you right now. That's one of the point that I literally just took from trading.
Mhm.
You want to trade, close it down, look after like an hour or two. Of course, I don't follow up with the client every hour or two. I literally do a sale place now a day, 3 days, 7 days, and then like 2 weeks, something like that. Second thing, Jeremy always says that wherever is a loss or a win, you just gotta be like you gotta have like a straight face, eyes cold, just like have eyes in your veins. Same thing I do it when I go on a meeting with the prospect. I just don't show emotions. That's literally one of the things that I've learned from trading. Even like before that, I'm just like a guy that can really hide emotions. Unless I'm speaking with someone that's I'm so comfortable with, just like you. And yeah, I just don't show emotions. I'm on a sale call. I'm so robotic, and I literally just follow like a sequence of questions that I want to ask. And then whenever they pointed out the main point, wherever is like a family issue, is money wise or anything, I just play along with that. I just don't show empathy. I just don't show like let me find out the right word for that. Definitely not empathy. It just kind of more like I just don't want to show them that I'm begging for it, and that's literally what I do. Straight face. I've got like this mask on my face. Ask them a few questions and just be like as nonchalant as possible when I speak to the client, just to make sure that I want them to think, okay, this guy is cool. I don't think he needs the money. I don't think he's begging for it. Let me think about what he's doing, his reviews, the work he's done before. I don't think he cares about whatever he gets me as a client or anything. Yeah, that's another thing that I got from trading. Literally just a straight face, don't show the emotions, and secondly, the follow up bit. Don't just keep following up every hour or two just because they haven't got back to you. That's the main thing. Two things that I got from trading.
Yeah. There's a few different traits that I feel like a person needs to have to be a very successful trader. Patience is where that first one that you had is like you have to have patience. Like you have to let things sit, let things go, let it play its course. It's going to happen. You just have to let it do its thing. You have to plant the seeds and you have to let them grow. You have to let them sit. And that's the same thing between the mindset of a prospect in your business with your father and inside of trading. Like you have to let the trade play out. 5 seconds later, you're not going to be making 50K on trading. You have to give it an hour, 2 hours, longer than you would essentially anticipate for it to actually like simmer and grow and let your capital do its thing. And then the second point with like you're showing a lot of like masculinity and you're like you're showing a lot of it's kind of like I want to say like kind of like not like play it nonchalantly. Like it's just like it's just a brush off your shoulder sort of ordeal. And that's like again with trading, like you have to just you can't control the charts. The charts are gonna do its thing. You have to just let the winds cool. Did that one, on to the next. Same thing with prospects. Like you close one, awesome, fabulous, on to the next one. And it's just like a rinse and repeat cycle essentially between both, like you said, trading and your father's business. So great 2 points there. Thank you so much for bringing those up because I think that's huge, tangible advice for literally anybody in any industry too.
Mm.
See it play out with coaches and your fitness. Like as you know, like you're not going to lose weight just by eating one salad. It takes time. But yeah, were you going to say something?
No, that's it. I just wanted to the same thing that you said. If you're gonna eat a salad, you're not gonna just lose weight. It's literally the same thing as that in like my construction company or trading. The same concept.
Yeah, yeah. What allures you to I mean, I know the answers to a few of these, but what allures you to trading and just like business in general?
It's just so much fun. It's just so fun. It just not, you will not have a single boring day. Believe me when I say this, I've been there. I've done a 9 to 5. I worked at McDonald's. I've worked in a hospital. I worked in a pharmacy. It's just the same thing every damn day.
Mhm.
I'm trading. You're gonna see the chart. They're gonna be different every single day. They're gonna be different every single day. They're gonna test your skills every single day. Your traits, your personality, how you gonna react to trade. Are you gonna enter? Are you gonna hesitate? What time of like session you gonna enter? Are you following your rules and everything? It's just so much fun. I'm doing something. I'm literally working on my brain so much that I just don't feel the time. I just don't feel like the time is moving. In fact, I feel like I don't have enough time during the day. There should be 48 hours in one day. But why only 24 hours? It's the same thing with my construction company. The same thing. I've never been in like socials. I've never been like a social person. I just don't like socials. Like I want to stay out of it. I don't want anyone to know me. But now that I've got the construction company, I want people to know what I do. Like, who's the person behind the brand? What does the brand do? What are the values and all of that? I started building up Instagram. So that was another new thing that I had to learn. Website, I never made one of those.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of had it, but I just never applied it carefully. What things needs to be on the website that will attract the attention of the prospect or the customer. So I had to learn that. I usually, when I had my digital marketing agency, all the calls were on a Zoom call. So now, on a Zoom call, you you just can't pick up the body language or even like what are people doing and everything. People can just have like a mask, just they don't care because you're like on the other side of on a camera. They just don't care. But whenever I meet people now in like a future prospect in my construction company, I can tell you when I meet them, the first thing I'll do is shake hands with them and literally look straight into their eye, asking their name. I can just tell you from there if the person is confident to get the work done or not. I just read their body language. I'm literally just getting so good at it. And I didn't know about that before. So it's like every single day there's like a new thing. There's always a new thing dealing with clients every single day, especially with like some of their retainers. My dad has like a client that has been with him for like 2 years, and we just kind of had some issues with him like for the past like 2 or 3 jobs that we done for him. He just wouldn't understand it. I would always try to get the fact like across the conversation. He would start to get angry and all of that, just kind of like dealing with that kind of things every single day, just like a new kind of thing. Starting to learn to be more patient, trying to have a normal conversation, making sure that you don't shout when you have a conversation with a future prospect or when you're like in an argument. Just because if you shout, that's what I think. If you shout, that just makes you a person of like a low level intelligence. It just makes you show more weak. It just doesn't mean that you're winning the argument. It just shows that you're really insecure about yourself, and that's why you're shouting. That's like another thing that I had to learn, just to make sure that the client don't feel that. So yeah, like, business mindset, psychology, it's just like a whole thing, a whole bubble, and I'm like literally just like in middle of it, floating around and just learning it as much as possible every single day. But
Absolutely.
yeah, that's the thing. I love it. I'm getting excited.
I love it. I love it. You're on fire. But it's so cool because when you're in business, business is not for everyone. Like it is hard, it's challenging. You have to be okay with variability. It is not consistent on the day to day. You're gonna have super high days and you're gonna have super low days. And it's going to test you. It's gonna play with your emotions. But the overarching thing that you were bringing up there is the constant pressure to always get better because in business no matter where you are, if you're making 10K a month or if you're making 100, 200, 300K a month, it's always going to push you to become a better version of yourself, and that's what you love, and it's so cool to watch because that's why you got so like fired up about it. You're like, this is
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's just so difficult to talk about this with someone that doesn't have the same mindset as me. I can say this thing to you, But I just can't not say the same thing to my dad, my mum, my sisters. Bless them, I love them, but I just can't have a proper conversation with them. Just
Mhm.
like a normal social. I'm like a huge introvert junkie. I'm not about any socializing. In fact, I don't want to go out with anyone. I just want to talk about business. I
Yes.
want to talk about money. And that's what literally, I've got only one friend. And I'm so grateful for him. Sorry, you and another guy.
Yes.
I mean, the friend is you, but another guy that now they are I thought about. Even with them, I literally see him like after 5, 6 months, and it's just amazing because when we sit down, we just have the same conversation that I have with you. And I think I told you before, we went for a dinner for like 7:30, till like 8:30. After that, for like 6 hours straight, we just talked about life, what we improved on, mindset, money, business, entrepreneurship. Literally, that's what we talked about. I came home at like at 2 o'clock, and I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, even though I didn't. That day, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna wake up. I need some kind of like rest. But I just can't have the same conversation with my family. Like anyone in my family, I just can't have that conversation. And in fact, I'm meeting him like after 5, 6 months just because I want to have enough to talk about. If I would meet him like every 3, 4 days and just be like, oh, let's go out, let's just eat something and talk about like people, that's not me. Like, I just can't do that. I mean, you gonna see me, but I do not care about what other people think of me now. And I do not talk about other people. I literally just don't. Unless you're someone really amazing, you are like doing very well, you've got the same mindset as me, I'm gonna talk about you. I talk about you to my other guy friend.
Thank you.
And I literally, yeah, I talk about you to my cousin. He's kind of there. He's kind of like up and down. Sometimes he's got that mindset. Sometimes he just can't get lazy. I talk about you just to people that understand what we have in our mind, what we go through every single day. Other than that, I just don't talk about anything. I literally don't. My dad love him, and when he's been in the business, but we just don't have the same mindset. Like I think he's still got limiting beliefs. I mean, I
Yes.
understand that he grew up in India, came all the way from India to Italy, built up a lot of stuff there. Now from Italy to here, still building a lot of stuff. He grew up in a different environment. I grew up in different environments. I understand. So I'm just not gonna like a big or anything. When we have like we literally have an argument like about business almost like every 2, 3 days. But in 2, 3 hours we fine. We understand where he's coming from, but he understands where I'm coming from, and we literally just talk about like what can we do about it. And
Mhm.
that's literally the best thing people can do. One of the issue with like my family or like Asian people, I don't know about Asian people. It's just like my family. They always get in an argument and then they just don't sort out things once they calm down and they just let it stretch as much time as possible. Like they just leave it there and they just don't talk to each other for like 2, 3 years, which
Yeah.
pisses me off so much. In fact, everyone in my family thinks I'm stupid, but guys, no, that's not how it works. But yeah, bless them. I can't say anything to them. They literally don't understand me. They think I'm crazy, and I am. So all good, all good vibes.
I love it. One great point that you brought up there in the beginning with your friendships and stuff is that you surround yourself with people and you choose your friendships wisely and you choose to surround yourself with people that are always going to make you better and you only want to talk about things that are only going to improve you rather than just pulling you back. Drama, gossip, things of that nature, like I'm the same exact way. Like I do not care what other people are doing. Like if I did something and like there's a problem, of course, like let me know so I can. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, like I don't care. I don't care about the drama. I don't care about the gossip. But you have to surround yourself with people that want to talk business, that are either in your position, that are also on the same journey as you, or are ahead of you, so they can guide with you. But just like what you were saying, you're like, I have like two friends, and you're like, that's it, because these are the only two people in my life currently. Later down the line, you'll probably have more friends that are very like minded. It's just, of course, getting yourself in those positions to do so. But the people that you're, what the quote is, the sum, you are the sum of the five people that you surround yourself with majority of the time. And it's so important to have those 5 core people be people that are on that journey with you or ahead of you, guiding you with them, which is really cool. And I'm super excited to be able to meet your friend.
Even though I haven't still got like 5 people, this reminds me of everything. I'm like, that's fine. I'm a huge believer that you just definitely good. Once you start leveling up,
Mhm.
your skills, your discipline, your consistency, everything, you're just gonna attract people that have the same mindset as you. But at the same time, you need to position yourself where other people are, where those specific people. That's literally what happened with you. I positioned myself. I bought the Mangazi course. I went there in the group. I positioned myself in a way that I could find an accountability partner. I saw your message, shoot your own message, and now we're here. 3 years, 2 years down the line.
And we hit a bunch of our goals too, which is the coolest thing ever.
That is the cooler thing. Man, there's one thing I regret. You know, last year when you asked me to make the podcast,
Oh yeah.
I should have made it. I should have jumped on the podcast instead of saying to you, "Look, I want to hear some goals. That's what we want to talk about. You want to talk with you about it." I think just having that podcast, it wouldn't be just so amazing, because at that time I was kind of like still working on like what I need to do and all of that. You were in kind of same position. Even you, I think your change happened when you moved out. You moved out from your parents. You went boom. You went like a momentum where I feel like, damn, she's leaving me behind. I'm competitive. I need to do something. And I think we had this conversation again. Like, I
Mhm.
think it was November time,
Yep.
December time, January time, waited, took over, boom. We're on
Yep.
the same path. And yeah, I think you just attract the people the same mindset about the same time. You've got work. You need to position yourself where you attract those people. Otherwise, if you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna work on it, but I'm not gonna go out. I'm just gonna be on the computer. I'm not gonna send out messages. I just don't care. Then, how are you gonna find people with the same mindset as you?
You're not.
But yeah, it's amazing. I definitely think that we're gonna definitely find more people down the line. I think I've got like another person. My sister, I always tell you about that. She's the most laziest person that I know. She does have no ambitions, like no goals or anything. And I literally just talking about her with a fiance. I literally just told her, good luck to you, mate. I had my first conversation with him. We talked about for 2 hours. He's got the same mindset as me, and I literally just loved it. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna talk to him about those kind of things in the future too.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. He's in New York, Queens, I think. He's got a construction company, a building company, I think. And he's amazing, like different stuff, but just kind of like general knowledge. You just always get like a tip or two from like other people. Even though we both trade, we're literally like a whole different business. I'm in construction. You are in, was SaaS. You're
Plus, yep.
literally like, yeah, we like a whole different things, but we literally agree on almost everything. Literally every. I mean, I don't remember the last time we disagree on something. I literally just don't.
Don't think we've ever had a disagreement at all. No. But no, it's one thing that I want to point out there in particular is that the course and journey of business, you're always going to learn the same core principles no matter what industry that you're in, because all of those apply to, again, absolutely everything. The patience, the dedication, the motivation. Like, you can't be lazy and also be super successful. You could be on the lazier side, and that's why you are driven to do something, but you still have to have a drive at your core, and you have to still do something. You have to put in hard work to achieve your goals, no matter what they are. You can't just be a couch potato and watch TV, and then all of a sudden your bank account has $100,000 in it. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But exactly. So I was just like, one of the key things, in like how you're like, I have a friend who's over here that's doing his own thing. We do our own thing. Your sister's fiance is doing his own thing, but every single one of us has different journeys, but we're learning the same core principles. Yeah.
And you just mentioned like lazy people.
Yeah.
I think someone mentioned it on Instagram. Who did it see? It was Patrick David. He said that the most you want to stay away from these kind of people They're lazy, ambitious people.
Mhm.
All love to my family, everything. I've got a cousin. He wanted to be a singer. He wanted to produce his own music, all good. He started working on it 8 years ago and still hasn't released a single track. Just like a normal thing. And every single time that I meet him, he's like huge goals that he wanna do this, that, and that. And I literally just listen to him. I'm like, I wanna stay away. I love you, you're my cousin, we're blood related, but I just wanna stay away from these people. I literally just told him once. I was like, you just make something, just like a tune or something, post it on Instagram or TikTok. You will never know when it's gonna just blow up.
Mhm.
How do you think you see all those songs on TikTok or anything? They're just like normal people. Make like a tune, like a normal song, and now they're literally blowing up on TikTok and they're literally just changing their life.
Yeah.
You know you've got like an audience. And literally never posted it on Insta, never posted it on TikTok, Facebook, literally no YouTube or anything. And I still don't know what he's doing. And that's literally what I say to everyone. Everyone listening, just stay away from lazy, ambitious people. They're just gonna drag you down. They're honestly gonna drag you down. Yeah, literally.
You said like it's also I feel like that's a good realization for a lot of people watching that are like I'm going to do this thing or I'm going to do this thing and the biggest thing there is like are you actually taking action towards that goal or are you just saying it and trying to put it out? It's like the difference between like manifesting and like putting it out there and then actually like doing things to make that thing happen. You can't just sit there and manifest. There is a quote that is leaving my brain, but it's something along the lines of like you can't just sit and tell yourself in the mirror like day in and day out that I'm going to reach this thing without any action behind it. You have to put action behind it to get the ball rolling. And then that ball starts rolling down the hill and you just keep putting more and more movement into it. And then all of a sudden you start hitting these goals. And that's one thing that I believe that we both did when we first did our marketing agency. Like, even though, yes, we didn't see any profitability, very, very small, if anything, and yes, we learned a lot throughout the way, and that's why we're here today. But we put action behind it, and that's the most important thing. Like we had
That's the
all
most
these
important
goals
thing.
and ambitions, exactly. But you can't just sit there and preach in the mirror. It's not nothing is going to happen unless you do something.
Yeah, I totally agree with it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because I know you said that you regret not doing the podcast last year. Yeah. And I think that it's a really good, like, the first thing that popped into my head is that you still had some limiting beliefs there. And that's why you didn't want to hop on the podcast. I remember I asked you, and I was like, dude, it would be really cool to like see your progression. And you're like, no, I'm just not even close. And like, you had that limiting belief of like, I'm not enough to be on a podcast yet. And now you have so much self confidence. Like you are so happy within yourself. Like, yes, I know you still have more goals to reach. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. You always see the North Star and it's so far away, but you're still beelining towards it no matter how hard it is. And last year and this year, just seeing that change in you, and like now you have so much confidence where you're like, absolutely, let's hop on podcast, let's do it. Yes, I know you reached your goals, but you had to do that to be so self confident to be able to be on.
Thank you. I mean, whatever you just pointed it out, I didn't think of it before. Yeah, now that you pointed it out, I totally agree with you. Because when you asked me to join a podcast last year, I was like, I'm working on it. I've got a few skills in there, but I haven't achieved anything. Now, I was associating my success to
Money.
monetary goals, like some goals that I still haven't reached. And yeah, now that you pointed it out, that's crazy. It is crazy. I never thought about that before.
You
But
look back
yeah,
now and you realize how far you actually were.
yeah,
You're
exactly. Yeah,
you're now looking back and being able to be like, wow, I between when we first started to where you were last year, and like, yeah, I
we
know
came
leaps
far. Yeah,
and bounds then, but there's a different mindset shift that you have now, and it's definitely
yeah. Even now, like I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have like a lot of more podcasts in the future. And we're gonna be at different points where we are 40, 50, 100K a month, 200K a month. Bear in mind that I'm literally working more on the construction company just because I want to get it up and I want to scale it up a little bit more. But I've got huge goals still on the trading side.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand just how many things, the vision that I've got for me is just so crazy. Where construction company, I just want to keep working backward. So what I
Mm-hmm.
mean is, let me give you an example. A guy calls me, he wants a new shirt for a new shop.
Mm-hmm.
What I have to do is go to the manufacturer and get the shirt. I pay the manufacturer, and then I go to the guy. So I'm like kind of like the middle guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then what I want to do is having my own manufacturer where I literally make the shutters. I produce the shutters.
Mm. Okay.
Once I reach that point, I literally want to work backward again. Okay, so now let's say the shirt is made of metal, aluminium, and all of that. I need to buy from a guy, right?
Yep.
For the manufacturing work. Okay, so what does that guy do for me to buy? I want to learn his stuff now. Okay, so now I want to just go all the way back what they make. Literally the aluminium, the metal stuff. Then they make in a specific shape, sell it to the manufacturer. The manufacturer that produce this shirt and goes to the shop. I want to literally just go all the way back and just work it from there. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not even like I wanna, I will. That's the vision I've got just for the construction company. How do I do this? Trading. That's literally where it comes in place. Okay, I can take some of the construction profits and everything, but trading is the thing that is going to get me that really quick. The profits, you know it. Once you learn the trading skill and you give it enough time, you can make that 6, 7, 10K a month just like by clicking a button and literally just leave the laptop there and just not doing anything. Take those money, invest it back in the construction company. Trading is my path for financial freedom. Let's not talk about financial freedom, right? Because we achieved that. I think, but me and you, I wouldn't say that we are at the top, but we are a point where we just don't have to think about money. Right now, I literally can go to a shop, buy anything without looking at price tag. Like just a normal shop. I'm not talking about like crazy brands, luxury and everything. I will get that once, but just like normal stuff, like normal people, average people.
We have a roof over our heads.
Yeah, I can pay bills without looking at the numbers, and I'd say financially done that. But time and location with a construction company, I don't have that right now. I'm tied up in a place here in London, and that's literally how I want to build it. I want to have more people in place. Literally, just give everything that I do, picking up the phone calls, go to a prospect, give them a quotation, installment of the thing they want to install. Just give it other people. When I hire more people, I'm probably gonna have like another CEO. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna be like an advisor at the back. Just like a normal guy that sits at the back, let other people work on our company. If there's any idea, we're gonna implement it straight away. You're gonna have a meeting with the CEO and literally just start doing everything from there. But trading is the main bit. Like that's the main thing that's gonna allow everything to happen. Because look, I can still build up that construction company, the manufacturer, go back to the how they burn the metal, they make and all of that with the construction company, but it's gonna take time. Right now, it's gonna take time from the profits. Of course, once I scaled it up, maybe I can restrict that time period. But trading is the thing that's gonna allow me to get it faster
Mm-hmm.
and quicker in the most efficient way. Third thing, that's you and me. We talked about. I wanna have new glasses. We've got the idea. I'm ready. To be honest with you, still not. And it's not nothing about the limiting beliefs or anything. It's just that my focus right now is on trading and the construction company.
Yes.
I want to hit some certain goals in both endeavors. That's
Mm-hmm.
literally when I'm gonna come to you whenever you're ready. I don't know if you're ready right now or anything. We didn't talk about it. We literally just presented the idea,
Yes.
and it's gonna be like another amazing thing. Us
100.
having like our own brand. You're in the USA. I'm in London. In the UK, it's just gonna be amazing. Even like a construction company wise, we're not gonna be limiting only in the UK. Once I get to a certain position, I'm gonna be expanding in Europe. I'm gonna come in up in America too. So I've got this vision. I've got some goals. I break it down in small steps. All I have to do is just wait, have the patience, stay consistent. There's gonna be higher lows. Just don't give up. Just be on the same tunnel vision path.
Love it.
And I think you the same. I think you the same. That's literally what I saw for me. But yeah, just amazing. I'm just so. It's not happy, but I'm just so grateful
Yeah,
with what we're doing.
me
It's
too.
just like amazing. Yeah.
Thank you again. I want you to stay on after the podcast because I do have something to tell you, a little update,
Mm.
which I'm super excited about. But let's end the podcast here. It was, again, great having you. Thank you so very much for coming on and being able to share all of your journey, your experience. And I know that there was so many different pieces that people are going to take from your experience, from either someone just wanting to get into the entrepreneurial journey, rather that like whether it's their family holding like saying like, oh, you're crazy, and then them having those limiting beliefs and letting those people say what they're saying like affect them, to having the ambition and the goals and being like it's possible because you're making it happen, and it's really cool to see it. I'm so excited for our future podcasts to be able to then reflect on this one and just see where we are. Hopefully I'm somewhere different, you're somewhere different. Maybe we'll be on a beach in Dubai together. Who knows? We will
Who
see.
knows? Who knows? Things can really change quickly. Things can take a huge good turn or bad turn in like a few couple of days. You never know.
No, that's the entrepreneurial journey for you, and that's why it's not for everyone, but for the few people that it is for, right, you're never going to regret it ever. All right, thank you so much once again,
No
Harish. It was
problem. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. All right. Let me end this.